Gone were the days of ramen noodles and secondhand clothes, Damon thought to himself. Damon cruised down the street in a gleaming limited edition GTR. The car, a sleek metallic beast, purred like a satisfied panther. It wasn't exactly subtle, but then again, that was kind of the point. He drove into the alley behind the well-known barbecue stall, and the aroma of sizzling meat was a pleasant change from the clean smell of the leather inside his car. Melanie was taking orders from a growing line of hungry customers. Once she saw him, her face lit up with a smile as bright as the summer sun. She waved at him, shyly. Damon grinned. Ignoring the faint dent he'd gotten maneuvering the beast into the cramped space, he winked.
Just a little something to add some flair to the business. Besides, who can resist a man with a grill and a GTR?
Little did he know, his words were about to come true. As soon as Damon parked, the car became a magnet. Girls, their eyes wide with admiration, flocked around it, snapping pictures and giggling. A couple of customers, however, scoffed.
Looks like someone's playing dress-up. Rich boy with a food stall. That's a new one.
Damon paid no attention to them. Instead, he focused on helping Melanie. He skillfully seasoned and turned skewers with sharp moves. Smoke rose from the bustling barbecue stall, and the aroma of sizzling meat filled the air, attracting more customers whose hunger pushed aside any doubts. Damon's sleek, silver GTR was parked at the end of the alley, looking out of place against the brick walls. The nosy group of girls were still there, oohing and ahing as they snapped photos with the car on their phones. Suddenly, a familiar voice broke through the noise. Tiffany, looking as stunning as ever, stood next to a young man who seemed to be trying too hard to appear confident.
Damon! Didn't expect to see you here. Whoa, nice ride.
The young man puffed out his chest.
Fancy car, but let's not forget who's paying for dinner, shall we? Tiffany here was craving some interesting cuisine. Mind if I take over for a while?
He reached for a wad of cash in his wallet, the kind that could buy a week's worth of groceries at that very stall. Damon's eyes narrowed. He knew the type. All show and no substance. He straightened up his back.
Thanks, but no thanks. We're good here. Besides, the secret ingredient is sweat equity. Wouldn't you agree, Melanie?
Melanie, understanding his meaning, gave him a thumbs up. Tiffany's smile widened, looking as though she admired the man Damon had turned out to be. The preppy boy, however, deflated like a pop balloon. Business boomed. The aroma of grilled meat, the rhythmic sizzle, and Damon's surprisingly deft hand at the grill turned the humble stall into a local hotspot. Orders flew in, and Melanie, her face flushed with joy, struggled to keep up whilst Damon worked like a well-oiled machine. Damon, ever resourceful, placed a large order for more stock. Just as things were winding down, a peculiar customer approached. A greasy-haired man, whose eyes darted nervously, ordered a staggering amount of oysters.
Make it a double order, bro. Gotta keep the libido strong. You know what I mean?
He winked suggestively and paid with a wad of crumpled bills. As he walked away, however, Damon witnessed a scene that made his brow furrow. When the man reached the end of the alley, he tossed the oysters into a nearby trash can. Intrigued, Damon approached him.
Excuse me, sir. About those oysters.
The man turned around, his eyes flashing with hostility.
What's it to you, kid? Mind your own business.
Can't help but be curious. Why buy something you're just going to throw away?
The man hesitated, then leaned in as if he wanted to spill a juicy secret.
Look, kid, this ain't your concern. Just keep your head down and don't ask questions. This place is being protected.
Protected? By whom?
Before the man could answer, Tiffany joined them. She had a worried frown creasing her brow.
Damon, you guys need to pack up. Now.
What's wrong? We're having our best night yet.
It's not safe. Gangsters are coming. They want protection money from Melanie.
Damon's blood ran cold. He may have been a broke college student yesterday, but he wasn't backing down from some thugs today.
We're not leaving.
Just as he said those words, a shadow loomed over them. A group of burly men swaggered into the alley. Their leader, who had a sneer twisting his lips, was none other than Enzo, the campus bully.
Well, well, well. Look who decided to join the food cart business. Didn't think a high and mighty rich boy like you would stoop so low.
I do what I want, Enzo. Besides, this isn't about social climbing. It's about good food and good company.
Good company? Don't make me laugh. You think you can just waltz in here and take over? This is my territory, kid. You want to play here, you gotta pay the protection fee.
Protection fee from what exactly? Burnt burgers?
A ripple of nervous laughter ran through the crowd gathered around the stall. Melanie, who was already looking very worried, tugged on Damon's sleeve. The gangsters, however, were far from amused. One of them, a hulking brute with a shaved head, stepped forward, cracking his knuckles menacingly.
Show some respect, newbie.
Respect is earned, not demanded with threats. Besides, I don't see any protection happening here. Just a bunch of guys trying to muscle some cash out of a college student and her food stall.
Enzo's eyes narrowed.
You got a smart mouth, kid. Let's see how smart you are when you're missing a few teeth.
Suddenly, Enzo lunged at Damon with a meaty fist. Damon dodged expertly, then countered with a swift kick to Enzo's knee. Enzo yelped and stumbled back. The other gangsters roared, their surprise turning into senseless anger. The shaved-head gangster lunged at Damon, but Melanie intervened and shoved a metal tray between them. It clattered to the ground, scattering skewers.
Nobody gets hurt tonight. We can settle this another way.
Another way, huh? You think you can take on all of us? Pretty boy.
Damon scanned the crowd till his gaze landed on his gleaming GTR.
All right, Enzo. How about a little bet?
What kind of bet?
A race. You and your goons against me. Winner takes all.
The crowd gasped. Melanie looked alarmed, but Damon remained calm.
If I win, you and your crew leave us alone. No more protection fees, no more threats. You walk away and never come back.
Enzo hesitated, then a smirk formed on his lips.
And if we win?
You get the stall. Everything. But you better be prepared to run this business because it's not as easy as it looks.
A tense silence. Enzo looked at his men, noticing their mixed reactions. Still, he nodded slowly.
All right, kid, you got yourself a bet. But don't think for a second that I'm going easy on you.
Damon's grin widened.
I wouldn't have it any other way.